I thought Cap, I didn't like his third foul, but I liked the way he played defensively a lot. And so I thought he had a lot of good plays. His pick and roll defense I thought was very good.
Seems like return the Lakers seemed like they were almost ready to make it a game. Jimmy had an answer.
Yeah, and you can't say enough about Jimmy. It's just what he does, timely buckets, big stops, guards everyone, gets to the line, makes plays, 9 assists. But he and Taj, they're so good, like defensively, and I don't want to overlook the game that Andrew had. Andrew was fantastic. When you look at his rebounding and his assist, we're starting to see more of an all-around game from him. And like this, for our team, I think, with Andrew and Kat, they're young and they're only going to get better and better. And so, but we have to push it every day.
Is that kind of been an ongoing process, getting them to realize each little thing you have to do?
Yeah, and it's a normal progression. This isn't, there's some irony in just having Jimmy here, because I watched Jimmy go through it. When he first came in, and he was fortunate to have some really good vets around him, and so Taj and Jimmy are doing that for our guys. And like I look at how they're impacting winning, and to me, like there's a lot of players that end up with stats in this league and they don't win. So maybe you sacrifice some of the individual stuff, but you're impacting winning in a far greater way. So I think both Cat and Wig have improved, and so I think that's important. I thought, Tyus ran the team great until he picked up the third one. That hurt us too. And we got Aaron, who's been around, and he'll get better with each game. I thought Belly had some good minutes tonight. It looked like he started to get his rhythm, which is a good sign. So that's big.
What is it about Tyson's game where he seems to fit in well with the stars, where he can kind of slide in there and then
Well, I think the biggest thing is, what you have to do is, for him, the challenge is defensively. And so, and as he continues to develop, that's probably the most important thing. I like his growth in terms of, like, who he is as a player. I think shooting the three efficiently is important, and he's shown each year that he's gotten better shooting the three. Shooting his free throws great, so and that's what you have to do. Your point guards you judge by how they run the team, and so he's done a good job.
Is this the best Taj has ever played for you?
Taj has had some big games for me. So, like, I would say this: he's playing very, very well. But I'd say the thing that's hard for me to say is Taj has played great in big playoff games for me. So that, to me, is the ultimate measure. Like, what can you do? In a playoff series in the NBA is a lot different than college. You're playing the same team, what could be 7 games. So there's mental warfare, there's discipline, there's so many things going on, and that's when he's at his best. And he can make it very, very tough plays. And the way the NBA is today, his ability to switch, and I think he and Jimmy have such great chemistry. And the thing for Jimmy is the way Jimmy can read defenses, and like he puts guys in position too. He sees how he's being defended. He's been trapped. He's been double teamed. He's been overloaded. And he knows where all the holes are in the defense. And so when we see that, we have to recognize when we see this, we look for that. And then the game becomes easy. And so I think our guys are starting to pick up on that a little bit.
This has been 13 straight games now. You haven't allowed 25 points in the first quarter. Is there some type of preparation? You constantly preach preparation. Do you notice a difference in what?
Well, to answer that, it's like, we talk about it all the time. For us, it's about improvement. It's about getting better, and obviously we have to get a lot better defensively to become the team we want to be, and we have to understand how important that is. And so when you start the season, you're thinking about all the things that you have to have, and every day you have to build towards that. You know, we always say the magic is in the work, and it's true. And so when you work every day, if you do something over and over and you're doing it the right way, you're going to get better at it. And then understanding how important that is and how everyone's counting on you. You know, for example, if a guy's a strong left shoulder player and he makes 5 jump hooks over his left shoulder, you haven't prepared properly. You know, if you make him go to his right shoulder and he makes 3, well, that could be the difference between winning and losing. And so I think having everyone understand that is important. Everything matters. You know, it's the spacing. You know, 1 foot could be the difference between a layup and, a block shot. So everyone has to read, the situation, react accordingly, and then the game becomes easy for everyone.
Can you feel those differences being?
I can see it's funny, so we've, our schedule's been our schedule. So we're doing a lot of stuff in ballrooms. We had a great day in Indiana where we had a ballroom session one day. We had practice the next day. Then we had another ballroom session. And the guys, their concentration level is a lot better. So, and I think that's important. And so, the big thing is you can do it in practice. You can go over it, and then you show them, and you show them in the film. But then to do it in the games, that's the most important thing. And so that you want there to be a carryover, and it's not going to be perfect every night. And when you get in a stretch where you have limited practice time, there's usually slippage. Offensively, you see it with spacing. Defensively, it could be, you're off a step, or your hands aren't level with the ball, or you don't have the proper position. Then you maybe end up fouling more than you should, and you're gifting a team points. So I think having discipline and working towards doing all the things that are necessary to win, to play for the team and to play to win is and that's what I respect about Jimmy. Is Jimmy is gonna if guys open, you're getting the ball. And I think guys are cutting a lot better now. They know if they're open, he's going to find them. I think Cat's starting to see things. He's making a lot of good plays. I think Wig's starting to see things, and that's great growth for our team.
Tom, you talked about Cat and Wings and their development. What's it like as a process for both for the coaches and maybe for those veterans who are around them to understand when you need to kind of build them up and understand when you need to get their attention with
well, for the veterans, there's a different challenge with veterans. The veterans have all the tricks, but you got to make sure they don't start taking shortcuts. Otherwise, there's going to be slippage there. But it's great to have veterans around, because all the things that these guys are going through, they've gone through. So that's where it's really helpful. And so having the right veterans is important. I think we have a good balance. We have some older guys, we have some guys that are in the middle, and we have the young guys. And that's the best thing about our team, is that we have 2 young guys that are really, really talented that are going to get a lot better. And if they continue to approach it this way, who knows where they can go.
You went with a big guard lineup. I think it was late in the first half. Was that with Jimmy and Marcus George Hunt and Wiggins all on the floor? Was that just foul trouble related, or was that?
Yeah, and that's Jimmy's versatility to play the point, the 2, the 3, the 4. Jamal can play multiple positions, and what Marcus gives us is a defensive wing. And so they were spreading us out, and they were small, so the matchups were good. We were down, Tyus. So I like the way the group played.
Was that a defensive stance you got into with about 5 minutes left?
No.
We'll end on that.